Basketball fans, welcome back. So yesterday, the Basketball Africa League Season 5 tipped off and we had two games. So we had the River Hoopers going up against the Stade Malien team. Then we had Al Ittihad going up against the FUS Derabat team. So in this one, I'll be talking about the River Hoopers versus Stade Malien. I will look at the Al Ittihad versus FUS Derabat game in the follow-up video, but in this one, we'll be focusing on this team, River Hoopers, coming from Nigeria, and Stade Malien coming from Mali. So Kevin Amayo was everywhere in this game, and he was the headliner in this game. And he even had an interesting thing to say pre-game, which uh, I found very interesting. He said everything I do is like a highlight, so something to that effect. So he had 19 points. Maduta catch, he followed him up with 16 points. It was a game that, even from the start, I just knew for a fact that River Hoopers are going to go ahead and win it. I had an internal discussion with some friends of mine who cover basketball, and I even said with the way River Hoopers are playing, there's no way they're going to lose this game, and they had everything going their way. But as for, and you look at the Stade Malien team, this team is far removed from the team that competed in BAL Season 3. Remember, Stade Malien dominated the Sahara Conference, and they were the team that was on top. And this iteration of the team was lagging in every major statistical category. When it came to field goal percentage, they shot the poorest with 33%, 38% on 2-point field goals, 21% from three, and 77% from the line. So they trailed in rebounds and assists. And if you look at how the River Hoopers were such a formidable force, this game was neck and neck in the first half. But when the game progressed to the second half, in the third and fourth, you could see the River Hoopers put their foot down and just destroyed and dismantled the Stade Malien team. So being led by Kevin Amaya, just like I mentioned earlier. So Mahamane Koulibaly, he led Stade Malien in the scoring with 20 points. We had Mahmoud Doumbia, he had 18, and Katia Diarra followed with 10. So it was not a good outing for the Stade Malien team. So, no, they are far removed from the squad that was there, because the whole roster did a revamp, because it's been 2 years since we've seen Stade Malien make it to the BAL. So they are going to have some growing pains, because this is the Stade Malien, the organization, the team is making the second appearance, but the team is so different and it looks like they're first timers. And I can even say that to majority of the teams, because even in the follow-up game, we saw Al Ittihad, new team, but almost the same faces that we are used to seeing. A few additions here and there, but you could see there are a couple of players who are BAL veterans. They have played in multiple organizations and they're suiting up for the new team. So I can say the same case for Stade Malien, but the difference is Stade Malien were there. They were able to do their thing in BAL Season 3. They didn't make BAL Season 4, but this one, it looks they started off in a very, very rough start. But the River Hoopers, they're picking up where they left off last season. BAL Season 4, they did wonders. They were able to, I believe they were able to finish third. And this was very commendable. I know they lost the services of Will Perry, who went to the AS Ville de Dakar, but Kelvin Amayo still is good. Maduta Catch is good. Then Peter Osilemeka, he led with rebounds with 12. So this is a squad that the River Hoopers is a squad that have what it takes to go ahead and even compete and go deep. But when it came to the second half, you could see the River Hoopers just kind of switched up and they played so well. So the River Hoopers, they shot 41% from the field. They shot on 2-point field goals, they shot 58%. And from downtown, both teams really struggled because they shot below 30%. So for a team average, they're supposed to shoot at least 40 to 45% when it comes to efficiency. But in African basketball, the game just changes. And the three ball is something that they really, really struggle in knocking down. And it's something that I've noticed even in doing my coverage. Even from BAL Season 4, BAL Season 3, you could see there's no progression when it comes to shooting the three ball, because teams really struggle in getting that shot off. And it's something that I've noticed and I've taken note on that. But when it came to even the assist department, you could see the River Hoopers dished out the rock pretty well. They had 19 total assists. And it was something that when I looked at, I just said, even even when it comes down to like an individual talent, you need a whole team to be able to go ahead and do that and be very effective. So Kevin Amaya was that guy. He led the River Hoopers on that front. He played heavy minutes. He played 34 total minutes. He had 19 points, 8 of 20 shooting. On 2-point field goals, he was 7 of 10, and he was 70% at that front. And he was one of the most crucial and efficient pieces on there. Then you had Maduda Ketch. Maduda Ketch is that guy in the shooting guard position together with Kevin Amayo. They were able to spur this team to that successful win. So in 32 minutes of play, he had 16 points. He on 6 of 13 shooting, 46%. And he was one of the most reliable pieces. And not only that, he also had a double-double of his own with 11 boards. So with that productivity, he was able even to get the player of the game on that front. When it came to the Stade Malien team, they really, really struggled, and things have not looked good on their side. So this is the first game, and the River Hoopers were able to take game one with a commanding victory, something that they were able to do in convincing fashion. I think the River Hoopers are banking on the experience that they got, especially last season. Last season they were very good. They're very efficient. They did things the right way. They had Will Perry controlling the point. And this season, they look like they've kicked it up another gear. And I'm just waiting to see the next 5 games, how the River Hoopers are going to perform, because for them to be able to make the playoffs, they have to finish at top 3. But given the River Hoopers, standard in the way they play, there's a high likelihood they can even finish either the second place. And given the fact that they will be banking on the experience that they had, especially with high guys like Kevin Amayo, Peter Olisemeka, Maduta Ketch, those guys are the ones who are going to, do that. But we can't count Stade Malien out that you can't count them out, that early, because there's a high likelihood that Stade Malien can pull off a US Monastir. Last season in BAL Season 4 in the Sahara Conference, so US Monastir, they really, really struggled. And we saw them, they fumbled like the first 3 games, but they went ahead and won 3 straight, and they're able to sneak into the playoffs. So will the Stade Malien be able to do that? Anything can happen. It's 6 games, and the battle for the first, second, and third seed in every conference gets tough, especially for the third place team. You have to be the best third place team. So this game, gave like the very good way and standard on how to execute in the late in the game, especially in the second half, because this game from the start you could see Stade Malien, they came out very strong. River Hoopers kind of like they were out of rhythm. I think like they were not going in aggressive like that. And Stade Malien were able to dominate this game in the first quarter, and that was the only quarter that they won in this game. So it was 23-16. Then in the second quarter, heading into the half, you could see the River Hoopers were able to, make a quick run, and they were able to go ahead and dismantle the Stade Malien team, and they won that quarter 25-12. So River Hoopers, they had a quarter high of 25 points. Then when it came down to the second half, you could see the experience and the legs of the Stade Malien team. They were not used to, playing that pace, because they were not here in BAL Season 4. And given like the way the tempo of the game was, the River Hoopers just came out on top. And it was just shot after shot. It was just bucket after bucket coming from the River Hoopers side. And their ability to knock down the 2-point field goals at an efficient clip and scoring from inside was the difference, because 58% shooting from 2-point field goals, and they were 18 of 31. That was very commendable. And that showed me that they were able to convert majority of their shots inside. And this one caused to question the type of defense that the Stade Malien team had, because the lack of rim protectors, or the rim protectors are there, but they don't know what they're supposed to do to stop those shots, was the problem. Because if the teams like the River Hoopers catch on to the fact that there's little to no interior defense, they're going to go ahead and exploit that. So that is what happened in this game. And it was not even helping when you can't even shoot threes to be able to cut the deficit, because had the Stade Malien team been able to pick up their shots well and shoot from the from downtown, they were able to cut the deficit. But looking at how they shot from three, they only made 5 3 pointers in the whole game. 5 of 23. Out of 23 shots attempted, only 5 went in. That's 21%. So it is very sad. And also the River Hoopers team, it was 11 of 39. So in African basketball, one thing I've seen, it's very difficult to shoot the three ball. I mean, the three ball is something that teams really struggle at, and it's something that I feel the coaching staff, they have not been able to adjust to how they can be able to cash in on those ones, because the African game, anything African basketball is very physical. They abide by FIBA rules, so they're not able to find a way to be able to score and be able to eat from downtown. But all in all, it was a very good game. I'm so happy to see River Hoopers go ahead and win it. They're representing Nigeria, Stade Malien from Mali. So the River Hoopers, they're off to a good start, and I'll be very curious to see how things move forward. But looking at how Stade Malien are, they have a long list of things that they need to they cover out and cover up and figure and go ahead and do some bit of film to check what really happened in those games. So you know that's just about it. So if you guys like the video, make sure to leave your feedback down in the comments on what you think about this. I mean, I'll be releasing these types of videos in this ball season this week, so stay tuned to that. Hit the notification bell to get notified, and I'm out. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace out.